Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so this is your weekly update for July 22nd through the 26th of 2019. This is general, so it's for any sign. It does not matter what your sign is, sun, moon, rising, Venus, whatever sign, that you're inquiring about. That's basically the messages that you're going to hear, and maybe some other ones that you weren't expecting. Okay, so we're going to start out with the message cards here, and then I will go into a cartomancy spread for you guys, and then as always close out with a few of the romance angel cards. Okay, so let's see what we have going on here for the week of July 22nd through the 26th. Okay, so your first card out here is Merlina. It says, you are confused and indecisive because you do not have enough information. Do research or seek expert advice before making a decision. And then you also received Ray. It says, yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind, and spiritual growth right now. Okay, so for those of you out there that are confused about a situation in your life, or you're indecisive about something, not sure, it's always about doing research for yourself. Okay, researching whatever it is and coming to your own conclusions about things. Okay, if you're confused about a situation, it may be because you need to dig a little bit deeper into the situation in order to find out what it is that could be going on in your life. There could be a missing piece to the puzzle, anything of that nature. But if you go out, for yourself here and look into the situation, do the research that you need to do, this is where, you'll be led to finding that piece. Okay, all you have to do is have the intention, go searching for it. It will show up for you. Okay, and also if this is about a big decision in your life, it's you have to be, don't have to be anything, do whatever you want to do. It's just, I'm speaking from a place of like understanding, I guess, from my own experiences. It's like, sometimes you're not sure which way to go or what exactly it is that you want to do. That's okay, but you have to, almost in a sense, continue to keep looking, keep doing research. If you do have a desire or a passion to do something, and it may seem difficult, that's where your challenge lies. It may seem difficult, but once you start getting the ball rolling, so to speak, it becomes less and less difficult once you, get moving, so to speak, on what it is that you want to do. Okay, so, and as always, this is what I do. So if you are confused or indecisive about a situation and you need some insight, or maybe just some different perspectives, different ways of looking at it, and seeing the many options that you do have, if you get stuck at that one place where it's like, I don't know which way to go now, I can help you do that. Okay, and then as for Ray, yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind, and spiritual growth right now. Okay, not everybody's into yoga, not everybody's in exercise, not everybody is into either. Okay, but just shutting off this noise box for 20-30 minutes, just sitting in a quiet space, not thinking about all the things that you don't want to think about, and just kind of like quieting your mind. Also, just taking a walk. You can take a walk. That's considered exercise, right? Just getting out and about, doing something, moving around, even if it's like, going for a walk around, say, the mall. If you have like ADD and you need to be distracted and whatever, things of that nature. But, it is essential to everybody's well-being, because we can become lazy, immobile, so to speak, not wanting to do anything because of this thing up here telling you that you shouldn't. But also a lot of exercise comes from the mind also. So it's about exercising your mind, and you can do that through meditation. All right, I'm done blabbing about it. We're going to move on to the cartomancy. Like I said, all signs, okay? It's generalized, so it does not matter what your sign is. I tell more of a story than anything, so I always try to tell you guys, take with you what you understand, throw the rest away, meaning that if there's a part of the storyline that's not making sense to you, say there's children involved, but possibly you don't have children, but the situation itself is making sense to you, I'm just throwing that out there as a possibility to the situation, just to kind of confirm it for maybe someone else that's watching that's like, that is my situation, but she hasn't mentioned this part of it yet. You know, that's what I mean by that. Also, if any other signs come out in the reading, meaning that if signs do pop up in regards to the face cards, I will tell you what those signs are. But again, it's not necessarily about the signs when it comes to these generalized readings, because my intention is to just get the message out there. I will pull as many possible scenarios as I possibly can from what comes out, and yeah, and I will also describe the face cards too, because it can also be descriptive of the person. You know, so this might be a person in your life, it's not their sign, but the description of the person matches, okay? So I'm almost completed here for you guys. And then we're going to jump right into this. I always like to say thank you for your patience. I try to do this as quickly as possible, so. Alright. Well, guess what? This comes along with it. Alright, here's your cards. I shuffle them until the first one comes out. That's what starts the grid, okay? And we already have 2 cards out, so that's the way it rolls. 7 of Hearts. Positive card. 8 of Hearts. 5 of Clubs. 8 of Clubs. 6 of Spade. 10 of Hearts. King of Clubs. King of Clubs can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, doesn't necessarily have to be. This can also be descriptive of a person. It could be somebody who is a co-worker, somebody you work with. It can also be, you know, descriptive of a person that's in business for themselves or anything of that nature. Okay, 3 of Diamonds, 10 of Spade, Jack of Hearts, 9 of Spade, King of Hearts. This is a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be, like I said before, you know, if it matches, it matches. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. This can be descriptive of a person who's a father figure, stepfather, someone else's father, just they're involved in your life in some way, shape, or form. Okay, 7 of Spade, Ace of Clubs in reverse, the 3 of Hearts, and the 6 of Diamonds is your last card out here. Right, and then our overall energy is the 10 of Diamonds, okay? I don't normally do that. I do it sometimes, if you haven't noticed. I'm doing it today because, I don't know, felt like it. So let's see here. Well, the first card out is the 7 of Hearts, and it's indicating there's some healing that needs to take place here. So again, there seems to be something that could have taken place, some sort of action and change in some sort of social status, and it could have been involving, you know, it could be involving a fire sign. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but again, it could be a co-worker or something of that nature. But it looks like there's the 6 of Spades and the 10 of Spades surrounding it, this energy here. This is like, I call it like a tower moment in tarot, but what's underneath it is a victory, but there's nervous energy about it, okay? So it's like, this is something that could have already happened, and it's showing as if it did, because it's an energy where it happened, and now there's this healing that needs to take place over it, okay? So this action's changed, this already happened, and now it's like some sort of healing phase here, all right? And it looks to be something in regards to feelings, emotions. There's definitely something going on here where someone feels there's some sort of lack of progression, there's a setback here, but there's victory, And there is something that somebody is definitely nervous about. They have like this fickleness about them. And the reason there's this like healing going on here is because there's this like established mind thought pattern. Okay, it's like a pattern of thought that's been established that needs to be healed. It needs to be broken away from in regards to feelings and emotions. Okay, because it's something where it's almost in a sense like it could be something from childhood, family, bloodlines there with that Three of Hearts, okay? Because whatever this pattern is, it comes from the past, okay? And it causes lack of progression, it causes setbacks, and it causes this like nervous energy. It's also showing here that if there's this like situation, because there's legal documents pertaining to home, okay, but this also could be legal documents pertaining to it doesn't necessarily have to be just home. It actually is not showing too much as home. It can be, but it's like something could have ended and that cycle is done. It doesn't go back, it doesn't repeat itself. It's like over, it's done with, right? And on the other side of it being done is this like victory, right? But it also shows here, even with this victory though, there's all these negative emotions attached to something that happened, an unfortunate event here. And somebody could have been involved in implicating another, and there's somebody else whose pattern of thought established over it is not yet clear, because there's this lack of communication, okay? There's communication that's lacking because of this situation with another person, and it's showing here that another person's nervous energy could be coming from what somebody else's mind has been fogged with. Okay, so I'm trying to put this in like an easier way. Somebody created an illusion, okay, based off of their wrongdoing, okay? And there's someone else who needs to be healed from this because it has caused harm to not only them, but harm to others, because there's other people, okay? It's not just these two people, but other people or someone else has detached themselves because of the illusion. And now this person is nervous, okay? And what they're nervous about is this other person finding out the truth about why there was this action and change in the social standing in regards to whoever else is involved, okay? And finding out the truth about whatever this has to do with, okay? It could be dealing with, because at the bottom of the deck, it's a large sum of money, and there's the Five of Spades and the Four of Spades beneath, okay? And somebody could be, you know, somebody could have got cut out of someone's life over this, and they're feeling fenced in and sick and tired of the unhealthy situation. This also indicates that somebody could have been stabbed in the back over this large sum of money, okay? And this situation is not yet resolved. But what I can tell you is that with the Six of Spades and the Ten of Hearts, because the Six of Spades is on top of the Ten of Hearts, or underneath, that Six of Spades indicates an ending to no return. So when this ended, even though it's not completed, when it ended, there's no going back there, okay? But then this person created even more of an unfortunate circumstance for themselves because of their nervous energy, okay, about why there was this change. Because the change wasn't, you know, without someone doing something. It was like the change happened, and this person's involvement was unfortunate. It caused an unfortunate circumstance, and they know the truth of what it is because they would have no reason to be nervous, okay? And this other person who's also, you know, on the opposite side is listening to what this person has said or people have said, and they are going to have a epiphany, so to speak, because it's like the fog is going to clear because there's a victory here, okay? Small celebration. And the reason why there was this lack of communication, or is this lack of communication, is because of somebody's patterns, okay, of their beliefs. But what was created out of what somebody else was saying, which wasn't, you know, the truth. It was just what they needed someone else to believe, okay? I'm also seeing here that in regards to another situation is that there could be something that's lacking in communication, and it could be over some sort of change in circumstances. Those changes in circumstances could have brought, you know, some negative emotions and unfortunate events. And somebody has, you know, this like nervous energy here about, you know, their desires, their intentions here. And it's showing that until some sort of action can be broken in regards to being stuck in this daily routine, okay? This daily routine can involve anything that causes lack in your life, okay? It's showing that in order to progress forward, this has to end. Once this ends, there's victory on the other side of that. But until this, it's because it's a pattern that is conflicting. It's something that causes emotions, excuse me, emotional suppression, and it's based off of a established pattern, but the pattern causes the lack of progression. It causes setbacks, and it's definitely something that could have come from childhood, especially with the King of Hearts here with a father figure, stepfather, something of that nature. But it's like, you know, the harm that one could be causing to themselves in regards to this could be causing harm to others. So it's like something that needs to be healed from in order for it to move forward, okay? Move forward to the desires of what it is that you want. Because it's also showing that there could be some, you know, fickleness, changeability, like back and forth, like not 100% sure, you know, what I want to do, or, you know, what I should do. But it's like this pattern, you know, whether it's negative thoughts or something like that, you know, it's just showing here that you can't get to where you want to be from this place. So that's why you start off with that Seven of Hearts with the healing card, because it's like something needs to change in the pattern. If it doesn't change, then the path can't change. It's like you will still, you know what I mean? It's like you experience the same thing over and over again because you're just not getting it, or you're not actually improving. You're, you know, causing your own sense of lack when you could be progressing, okay? So it's about changing this pattern. So the Four of Clubs is, you know, this, in regards to this, it's like somebody could be wanting to verbally communicate. You could be verbally communicating with somebody. This is where that lack of communication comes in, but this indicates verbal communication. But it can also indicate here that this is unrequited love, lack of love of self. This is negative emotions. This is feeling slighted, snubbed, hurt. And the Ace of Spades indicates the end of this and a transition period here. Okay. So this is also indicating stability. The Four of Clubs is the foundation card. Okay. So the stability within your foundation here, because it shows here that something has to end in order, you know, for there to be this like victory. Okay. But the pattern has to change. So what needs to end is the negative emotions. It also, you know, is, if you were completely done with this energy here, it would show that this would be completed. But when it's in the reverse here, it indicates that this is what needs to end here in order to build on this solid foundation. Because at the bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Hearts, and this is the wish fulfillment card. Okay? Wishes can be fulfilled when you start to take action towards what it is that you wish to have, you desire to have, whatever. Okay? But in order to have wishes granted or see things show up that you want, you have to take action towards them. So this is just indicating, you know, in order to get to this desire here, you're needing to remove these negative emotions, okay? Because I definitely see that here, as with some, you know, that will resonate, is what's causing the lack of progression. It's causing the setback, all right? So we're going to do a few of these, and then we are going to close out here for your weekly energy update, okay? So let's see here. Whoa. Okay. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Okay, so like I said, you know, there's definitely something that could be going on in regards to something that was ending. You know, this could be a factor. You could be, you know, like I said, you could be indecisive. You could need to look more into what it is that you're wanting to do in order to find those avenues to take. You know, if this is about any sort of legal situation, and you're on the, so to speak, like screwed end out of the whole situation, but it was, done with malice and all of that. This would indicate, it may be a factor in your life right now, but once it comes to this conclusion and this ending here, you do have victory. Okay, so that could just be playing a main factor in your situation right now. Okay, so then you also have very soon, needing to clearly decide. Okay, so making a clear-cut decision here. Like I said, you might not know what it is that you want to do, but now's the time to start looking, or just research, self-edification, doing whatever it is that you need to do in order to be guided to the answers that you do in fact seek. Okay, the deception card, like I said, somebody's finding out something. Okay, that large sum of money there, somebody being stabbed in the back, and feeling fenced in and sick and tired of an unhealthy situation. It could have affected somebody's finances and career based off of being stabbed in the back. Could have cost a large sum of money. This is indicating here in this setup that, very soon this deception will in fact be unmasked here. And then you have worth waiting for. And you also have the codependency card. Addictions are affecting your love life. Okay, so again, if there's this pattern of negative thinking, because addictions can just be negative thinking, addictions to anything, your desires show up for you once you break these patterns, okay? So if it's a codependent relationship, if it's, you know, a relationship where, you know, you're just being used, or if it's a relationship where somebody's negative thoughts or someone's negativity or addictions to substances, whatever, you know, it's just showing here that, you know, things change once these things are released and they become no longer a deception, because the deception is only to yourself, to the person who is deceiving themselves of, you know, greater things based off of the negative thinking, okay? So it's like everything is working out here in regards to the situation, but it's about making a clear-cut decision, and making that decision, not deceiving yourself either, okay? Making the decision based off of what it is that you want to do, not what everybody else wants you to do, not falling victim to negative patterns. Once those things can be removed, there's brighter skies, okay? That's the way that it's coming through, like, honestly. But it's, you know, it's all about asking yourself what it is that you really want to do. What do you want to do? Okay? I don't care how completely, you know, insane it may sound, or unbelievable, you know, anything is possible. You know, you just have to get clear with yourself first what it is that you want to do, and then start to create for yourself avenues, you know, to get to where it is that you want to be. Okay? It's about like those small goals first, you know, creating that solid foundation, and then keep moving up the scale, right? But it's like once you hit a plateau, or you start going into a past pattern that has never worked in the past, what happens is you kind of break down and have to start on another solid foundation. You might have reached many, but if you start to revert back into a past pattern that did not work for you before, and you're trying to reach that next place, you will keep falling down to that starting point until you can break the pattern, whatever it is. It could just be a negative thought, a negative thinking pattern about yourself, okay? So this was your reading for July 22nd through the 26th. If you need me, go to the drop box below. My email address is down there for phone chats only. You can email me directly, okay? Also, my website link is there. You can browse services on there and use a web form in order to request a service with me. And as always, I love you guys. Bye.